Welcome to Ring Talk.
Magic
Tyler, Caysen Smith, and we're back. We
back.
have a lot of stuff to cover.
We have 2 weeks worth of stuff to talk about. So we gotta get moving. And to start off, we gotta do our punishments because
we
failed this last PLE at Bash in Berlin. We got 2 matches wrong,
and we failed again
at SummerSlam.
Yep. We always get ties, man.
We always get ties because we think a lot alike.
Yeah.
But that also means that we're wrong at the same time.
Yeah.
So Caysen's gonna spin the wheel. Say off what punishments we got for this.
As you can see, I am using my screen recording because that's probably the best thing we could have done. Mm-hmm. We got stuff like slap. I'm just slapping them.
We've done that before.
Yep. No talking for a segment.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Remember, this has to be double. So whatever this punishment is 2 times.
Roast, which we'll get more into that if we
land on it.
Sing, I think y'all have seen us do the Awesome Truth. Mm-hmm. That was fun. Basically, Tyler carried me for that. Wax
over there, what's up?
Strip, wax strip, and a new one, which I'm really excited for. Hopefully, we don't get it today. Mm-hmm. We have to write an essay about a horrible WWE match. Mm-hmm. And the ones that I have set right now, since this is
our first time doing it.
And
we could possibly have to
do it twice. Fiend versus Seth Rollins at the Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm. When it was all red light and you could hardly really see anything.
And the Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar match that lasted like 10 seconds.
Like SmackDown, when Kofi lost the title.
We don't even have to watch that one. We could just write the essay as soon as...
Yeah.
But yeah.
So Caysen's going to spin that wheel.
We're going to spin it to win it. Here we go. People. Here we go. Wax strip.
Ooh.
Wax strip.
So we'll have to do that next week, next episode.
It's going to hurt.
We'll go get those. You've hardly got any hair on you, dude.
Yeah.
You look at me, dude. It's gonna hurt me more. Look at all that hair.
Well, I have more hair.
Yeah, if you do it on my leg, it's gonna hurt even worse.
Yeah. Do we get to choose where we put it, or does the
other person gets to choose where they put it?
All right. We have to do that twice.
Do it twice.
Yeah.
We'll do that next week because I'll go to Walmart and get like wax strips.
Okay.
Whoosh. Good job.
Yep. At least we don't have to write 2 essays.
Maybe next time. That's a good idea, though.
Yep.
I like that idea.
If y'all have punishments for next time, let us know.
Keep it reasonable.
Keep it PG.
Keep it reasonable. PG.
It can't be like rob a bank or something.
And doable with our budget, which is 0. At this time. But hey, we're on the rise.
Hey,
36 subscribers.
How is our budget going to be 0, but we're going to buy wax strips?
Well, that just means we're losing money.
Oh, we're not gaining a profit.
Not yet.
We're doing it for you guys.
But 36 subscribers, we're on the rise.
Maybe for our 100th episode, we have to do a punishment, even though we didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, just cause.
Yeah.
Just cause. We'll see.
Or 100 subscribers and we get a poster back here. Work on a poster. Put it back there.
I was going to say, I don't know. I feel like...
Maybe we could brighten the props more. Maybe.
There you go. More props. I would say get a poster and write everybody's names on there.
We could
subscribers.
Ooh, okay.
100 subscribers. But it doesn't list for me. It doesn't list all my subscribers. All the subscribers.
Ooh.
Is the issue. At least I don't know where that is. If you know where that's at, let me know.
If we can do that, we will.
Because that'd be kind of cool.
And also, I want to do us we write our own theme song.
Our own theme song?
Yeah,
we make our own.
We make our own
song. For our intro.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
I'd love to do something where it's almost like a cheesy 80s sitcom intro.
Ooh.
Where it's just you come out of the car and you're like, hey, you look at the camera. What's up?
Yeah, okay,
something like that.
Hey, if y'all have ideas for punishments or
just ideas,
stuff we could do for our 100th subscriber episode,
we're getting there. We're on the rise.
Then let us know. Put it in the comments.
Yes,
Mr. Vince McMahon, put it in the comments.
We saw that comment.
All right, here we go.
You can stop recording on your phone.
We can stop recording my phone. I'm probably wasting all my freaking battery right now. Okay.
All right. So we got to get moving because we got a lot to cover.
We have a lot.
So we're going to start with Monday Night Raw from August 26th. The Raw before Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, and we still have another Raw to go.
Yeah.
All right.
So we had Judgment Day basically came out and trash talking. The Terror Twins.
Just yapping.
Yeah.
Yapping.
And out comes, who would you know? The LWO, Rey Mysterio, coming out. And eventually it kicks off an 8-man tag team match.
Yep.
Judgment Day versus LWO.
What a way to start a Raw.
Mm-hmm. Faction versus faction.
Rey Mysterio's like, I'm going to have to beat your butt. And then Dominic's like, hold up. I've beaten you.
Beat you last time.
Yeah.
And guess what?
He pins him again.
He pins him again.
Wasn't it like a roll-up pin?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Liv Morgan helped out a little bit. I think it's safe to say.
This new Judgment Day is fierce.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ended up attacking LWO again after the match. In comes the Terror Twins, Damian Priest, Liv Morgan, to help even the odds.
They're scary. They're scary. Mm-hmm. And doesn't that end with like the Judgment Day like still beating them up though? And they had Damian like on the ropes watching.
Was that this one or was that the week before? I don't remember.
This is the week.
I know they're basically fighting throughout the show.
Yeah.
Because Damian Priest comes back out later.
That's right. Maybe it's during that time.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then we have the women's match, Damage Control defeating Pure Fusion Collective.
Oh, you got the name. I keep forgetting the name every single time we do this.
Pure Fusion Collection. Right?
PFC. I'm going to call them that.
Damage Control coming out on top.
Doesn't matter. PFC, y'all suck.
So, CM Punk punishes Drew McIntyre with a vicious attack ahead of their strap match.
Yep.
Just whipping that boy.
I can't wait to talk about the strap match. It was amazing.
Then we had Jey Uso defeating Kofi Kingston and Karrion Kross.
Oh, yeah. This is like the
triple threat number one contender in the Continental Championship tournament.
Don't we have two more? Wait, we already had the other two.
We had, so this was Jay, and then so there was 2 this Raw, and then 2 this past Raw.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a fatal 4-way.
Right.
And then, so Gunther was not here this night because they were doing shows over in like Germany and around the area. But Randy Orton was there, and he had the time to just smack talk Gunther all he wanted.
He got to say
Gunther
what
couldn't defend himself.
Yep. But he definitely defended himself with the actions in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman, 2 big meaty men going at it, and it ended in a no contest. But that's not what most people are talking about. They're not talking about the match itself. They're talking about what happened post-match.
We don't care about the ending of the match. We care about what happens after.
After the match.
That's a headline right there.
These boys, they're fighting backstage, and it ends up in the parking lot.
I was going nuts during this part.
And big boys. Going at it. And
meat versus meat.
Tell the folks what Bronson Reed did to big old Braun Strowman.
Through a car, man.
Through a car.
The
car nearly blew up. You see those sparks that happened in it?
It's a big boy.
Big boy going through another big boy.
Yeah. On top of a car.
Big old tsunami straight through Braun Strowman, straight through the car.
Yeah. It's rough.
It was rough. Another person who's been having a little rough go of it, Xavier Woods, kind of having a tough time lately.
Yeah,
he had a triple threat match this night against Pete Dunne and Miz. Another tournament match. Pete Dunne picking up the win, who's pulling double duty on both Raw and NXT.
I want to ask you a question about these triple threat matches.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, whenever I was watching this, I thought both Kofi and Xavier Woods were going to win. Mm-hmm. And that's going to set up for Xavier betraying Kofi in that fatal 4-way match, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they should have gone with that? Do you think maybe at least one of them should have gone to it?
Yeah, and I feel like it should have been Xavier Woods.
Yeah, definitely Xavier.
I'll keep Jay in there because Jay's a big time player.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go ahead and I'll say this already. I think Jay's going to win the whole thing and become number one contender.
I really wish that they would still treat Kofi like he was a past world champion.
Yeah. Here's my issue. If they broke up the New Day, do you think either men could pull off going off on their own again?
I don't know. I feel like Kofi Kingston would still bring that New Day persona out, but Xavier Woods will have his own like little.
It would be
thing.
a make or break for Xavier Woods when it comes to his.
I think they're still planning it out. Maybe they're still thinking of a persona that would actually work.
Yeah.
And speaking of all this, I feel like they're definitely aiming for something else with this story, but until Odyssey Jones fired, man. Guys, stop throwing your careers away.
Don't throw your careers away. This guy had a bright future.
As soon as he got the opportunity to do something in the show, after he's been drafted for 2 years.
2 years and 3 weeks, maybe not even a month he was in.
As soon as he gets his time to shine, he's out.
Throws it away.
He throws it away.
Well, the main event for this Raw was the debut of Uncle Howdy's.
Yeah.
And he went up one-on-one against Chad Gable.
It did not disappoint. It did not disappoint.
He brought in the nostalgia of Bray Wyatt. You definitely felt that presence of Bray Wyatt. And Uncle Howdy came out on top.
Yep.
Great match. Big Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3.
American Maid started attacking him while the ref was down, and then that's when we saw
the rest of the Wyatt
Six. Overall, great match. I loved it.
NXT for that week, August 27th. We had start off the show. First match was Fatal Influence defeating Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend.
Oh.
And so Fatal Influence is Jasmine Nix. Oh gosh.
I can't ever remember NXT people's names. I'm like, they're all that person.
So many of them blend together.
I know.
But oh gosh, what is that chick's name? She was in Toxic Attraction with Gigi Dolan and Mandy Rose. It was here, look it up. Just look up Fatal Influence.
Was it Cade or something?
It was. I swear they all look.
What's
the
their
same.
team name? It's
Fatal Influence. They just started.
Sorry, y'all. We're sorry. We don't know NXT like that.
WWE.
Jada Parker and.
So that was this.
No, yeah, she was.
That was from this past. The country girl.
Yeah, what? It's just this Fatal Influence.
Here.
It's being dumb right now. Hold up. I'm gonna search up members. Maybe that'll actually do something. Oh, Fallon Henley.
JC Jane.
JC Jane. There we go.
Fallon Henley. That's who won.
Yeah.
And then second match, you had Carmen Petrovic defeating Izzy Dane. 1-on-1, and then you had the D'Angelo family defeating No Quarter Catch Crew. I believe this was like a mixed tag match.
Yep.
Then you had Kalani Jordan defeating Rosemary from TNA. With Wendy Chu in her corner. You had Brooks Jensen putting the beat down on Malik Blade. Joe Coffey defeating Javon Evans. And then to end the show, you had the Joe Hendry concert.
I love this.
This was one of the best NXT moments I think I've seen in a long time, because you had Joe Hendry performing and just roasting Ethan Page the whole night, and he kind of came up with a catchy song.
Yeah.
That goes.
It was pretty fire.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be our song.
Ethan
for our
sucks. Believe in Joe. Ethan put on some clothes, because he showed some weird videos and pictures of Ethan Page with hardly anything on.
Do you believe in Joe Hendry?
I do. I still do, and we'll get into that more once we hit up NXT No Mercy.
Oh, yeah.
SmackDown for that week starts off with a heated back-and-forth promo between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
I really thought this was setting up for Kevin Owens' heel turn.
Yeah.
That night, yeah.
I feel like they should have, but it didn't happen. Now, to keep in mind, this was in Germany, this SmackDown.
Yep.
So you had LA Knight putting out an open challenge with the U.S. title on the line. None other than what looked like to be one of Germany's favorites, Ludwig Kaiser, taking him up on that challenge. Didn't come out on top, but the crowd was certainly seemed to be behind almost both men.
Yeah.
They didn't seem to know who to cheer for. Next match of that night was a tag team match. Los Garza, Angel and Humberto defeated Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin.
Oh, man.
Poor Baron Corbin.
Man. He's not happy anymore.
I know. Not happy Corbin. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller are still having some issues.
I'm ready for it.
Pull the trigger.
We've been talking about this for a long time. I'm ready for it,
Austin Theory face turn going up against Grayson Waller.
I say it.
Mm-hmm.
I say it. Then now Uncle Howdy.
These two are, in my opinion, the future of the industry.
Oh, yeah.
They could be two huge players.
Austin Theory made a lot of poor decisions in the past, but he's ready, man. He's ready now. He's ready now.
The Bloodline will take on DIY and Street Profits next week.
Yep.
In a big 8-man tag team match. Then you got Giovanni Vinci will re-debut next week. So Giovanni Vinci.
I'm ready to see this new.
Finally, it's a new persona.
New persona and everything, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Carmelo Hayes defeated Andrade. I believe this makes them like 2 apiece or something when they go head to head.
Yeah.
And then the women's championship on the line, Nia Jax defeating Michin in a street fight. Which, in my opinion, I think Michin is insanely underrated.
Yeah, after seeing that match, it was crazy.
It was crazy. This is like her specialty. She could pull off the kind of extreme woman persona.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But now we get to the big show, Bash in Berlin.
I am ready to talk about this.
First match of the night, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens.
First of all, for the poor story, they had an amazing match.
Yeah.
They definitely carried the rivalry with this match.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, a lot of little hints to Kevin Owens doing a little heel stuff, and he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
For example, the leg. He could have hit the leg and won the match, but he didn't.
He didn't. Cody Rhodes eventually came out on top with the big W. And it looked like Kevin Owens was going to be a little bit of a sore loser, but no, he ended up raising Rhodes' hands.
Which surprised me. Maybe we'll see something Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But, which is...
Where does Kevin Owens go? Post Cody Rhodes, where does he go?
Post Cody Rhodes? Where does Cody Rhodes
Where does Kevin Owens go?
Oh, okay.
I feel like we're running out of road a little bit. I don't necessarily see where to put him next. Unless you put him in it's filler stuff with maybe LA Knight or something.
I really don't know. Like, I feel like they had a perfect opportunity to make him like relevant again.
Turn him heel and win the championship.
Yeah.
That would be nuts and do so much for his career.
I feel like there's so much we can do with this story that would put spice into SmackDown to where people will tune into SmackDown the next day.
And I'm all right with Cody dropping the title and then getting it back later.
Yeah. We see it all the time. People lose titles, they get it back later.
We'll hit on the women's tag team titles.
Yeah. Like, all that and women's tag team title stuff was just a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we'll talk about that match later, but I think it was a horrible decision for that match. Anyways, but with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes, I just feel like we're running out of options.
Yeah, I mean...
Solo Sikoa is apparently the next...
Again, with Cody?
Yeah, that's what they were saying in Bash in Berlin.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Kevin Owens, I don't know where you put him. I'm trying to think of who on the SmackDown roster.
I don't know.
LA Knight's the only one I can think of, and then that just, I feel like, wouldn't be fruitful.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it's just another filler rivalry.
Yeah. Next match
poor Kevin.
Yeah. Next match of that night, because it's not like I don't want to see him go against the Bloodline for the 50th time.
Yeah.
Because it's been Kevin Owens versus the Bloodline for 4 years.
I feel like the main show carrying WWE right now is Raw.
Now, we've talked about this before. If you would have asked me 1 year ago, I'd say it was SmackDown.
Yeah.
But definitely this year it's been Raw.
I mean, like, think about everything that's going on in Raw right now. We got
Judgment
Day stuff.
Punk and McIntyre.
Uncle Howdy. We got the women's tag division right now is
fired up.
On fire.
You got Bronson Reed killing everybody.
Yes. Like, there's so much, like, individual stories going on. Even with the Uncle Howdy story, there's stuff between American Alpha and American Made.
Now,
still.
I will say, being able to have that, they wouldn't be able to do all of it with a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Having 3 hours helps them out a lot.
Maybe I'm just thinking maybe move some of the people to SmackDown to have that rivalry that we need. I don't know.
I feel like Raw's roster's more stacked than SmackDown.
I'm definitely anticipating the superstar shakeup for these rosters.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to move over Wyatt Six over to SmackDown.
I could definitely see that.
That would help spice it up a little bit.
I think that before we do that, we need a Seth Rollins and Uncle Howdy thing.
I think we'll get it.
Unless they want to wait a little.
They may wait a little bit and do it later. But yeah, let's move on. Women's Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about before.
Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeating Unholy Union. This was a match we did not get correct.
Yeah, this is the match that made us lose.
This and the mixed tag match. We both said. Yeah.
First of all, why?
Why you take the titles off of them
and then put it
give
right
them to
back
Unholy
on.
Union, which is a very up and coming tag team. Two women who are very kind of new to this spotlight on the main roster.
I feel like first of all they're pushing Unholy Union right now, and I feel like the way to get them up there is to have them beat a team that's as stacked.
Yeah, beat them straight up.
Yeah, because the last time they won, it was not even pinning. Was it them that they pinned, or was
they pinned the Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
So, I feel like that would have sealed them as the real deal champions. And along with that, we have a whole women's division of tag teams in Raw right now.
Especially on Raw. Raw is full of them.
Raw is, unless they want to move Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair to go on Raw at some
I
times.
still wish they would push Indy Hartwell and the other one, Johnny Gargano's wife.
Yeah. Candice LeRae.
They
did that all randomly.
Yeah,
and then
they were pushing them as heels, and then it kind of stopped.
Maybe they're the next duo to go after.
Maybe after Bianca and Jade.
But I don't know. It was really disappointing in my opinion.
Yeah, because I really like the Unholy Union. I think they
have so much potential. Yeah.
Third match of the night, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre in a strap match.
First of all, in my opinion, either match of the night or second match of the second place in the match of the night.
Possibly.
Because that match was crazy.
Crazy. And violent. People were getting put through tables. Obviously, there was plenty of whipping.
A lot of blood.
Yeah.
CM Punk's face.
I'll give it to him. CM Punk, he looked good.
He looked a lot better than the first match in this one.
Yeah.
It was a crazy match. There's so much that we can get through on there. CM Punk, whenever he won the match, was first of all hitting how many GTSs on Drew? He was like, hold on, I want to do one more before I win.
One more. He was giving Berlin a show.
Yeah. I love that.
He got his bracelet back.
He got it back, which we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about it in a second. I have plenty to talk about that. But yeah, Punk came out on top, so now it is 1-1. I think everybody can assume we're going to get a rubber match.
Yep.
Fourth match of the night, mixed tag team match. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley versus Dominic Mysterio and the women's world champion Liv Morgan.
Yep.
The Terror Twins come out on top, which we did not predict.
I really feel like either way I would have been fine with the outcome.
Yeah.
I just feel like it would have been more storytelling if
I feel like it would have really made Dom Mysterio and Liv Morgan look
more dominant.
Dom.
Anyways.
The Terror Twins win.
It would have made them, look more dominant.
But it was a solid match. Rhea Ripley got the pin over Liv Morgan, which I can see how they would want to go that way because now she has a right to getting another world title match. She just pinned the world champion.
Yeah, so I'm definitely seeing Damian Priest and Finn Balor, Liv and Rhea at Bad Blood.
Bad Blood, yeah. Main event, my opinion, maybe match of the night over the strap match. Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I give this match 4.5 to 5 stars.
Yeah.
One of those two. It was
The crowd
that
was
good.
hyped for both men. They did not. They just cheered for everything. It seemed like
They cheered for whoever they want.
Yeah,
It wasn't
crazy.
a fan favorite. There wasn't there wasn't a clear pick.
The crowd was singing Orton's song.
Yeah.
Even when they had Ludwig Kaiser announce for Gunther, that crowd was so hyped for Ludwig Kaiser as well as Gunther.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I demand all your gratitude. Gunther picks up the W as we predicted.
Great match.
I don't see Gunther losing this title anytime soon.
I feel like the person to take it off would be John Cena.
Possibly John Cena.
Just so it could give him that
Or
milestone.
Ilya Dragunov, in my opinion.
It could be Dragunov, yeah. I can see that.
I see that match being an absolute banger because they got some solid history.
First of all, yeah, with those two, I could definitely see like Bad Blood or whatever. Mm-hmm. And with John Cena, I'm just saying we need that milestone of having the same amount of championships as Ric Flair. Because he's retiring. And like I've said, once again.
One more
time. Starts with 1.
The last time is now. That's what it said.
mean, like, if we're going to have an announcement of retirement, where are you? Where are you? Which I am now agreeing with you that I think he's probably going to show up on the Netflix debut.
Debut at the very least.
Yeah.
So that's Bash in Berlin. What did you think of the event as a whole?
Bash in Berlin.
That was good for the most part. Matches were all pretty good.
Yeah.
Content-wise.
I feel like the outcome was pretty predictable for like
most of them.
Yeah. I mean, like, just with, like, how the show's going to shape up after. I mean, like...
Yeah.
It's not a type of show to where, like, you tune in the next episode just to see what's going to happen and stuff, you know?
You kind of have a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Next
NXT
night,
No Mercy.
No Mercy.
Let's talk about that,
Kicks
man.
off with, in my opinion, the match of the night. A tag team match.
Yes.
For the NXT Tag Team Championships.
Yes.
Nathan Frazer and Axiom defeat Chase U and regain their NXT Tag Team Championships.
First of all,
now
go ahead.
People might call us hypocrites because I agree with this decision. Mm-hmm. That we might be hypocrites with the whole women's tag team.
Yeah.
Now it's what happened after the match that justifies it. Because Ridge Holland destroys Chase U.
Oh yeah. I knew that this Ridge Holland Chase U thing was not going to last.
Mm-hmm. And this is, in my opinion, maybe not my favorite storyline from NXT, but top 3 storylines.
It definitely shot up in my rankings of storylines.
Yeah. And so, in case you didn't pick up on it, after the match, Ridge Holland beats all of Chase U up. Thea Hale is crying. Ridge Holland puts Adrian Chase on like a big DDT on the announce table.
Yeah.
He had to get carted off. And we see later that night, Ridge Holland wasn't done because he attacks him again.
No. Ridge Holland is insane. He is definitely going up there.
The crowd was chanting for one more time.
Yep.
And like the crowd was behind Ridge Holland, which was interesting.
It was interesting.
They were cheering for him to do it again.
It definitely meant it was kind of as if like one more time from Bronson Reed whenever they won.
He was doing all the tsunamis.
They're like, one more time.
Like, do it again.
Do it again,
bro.
You're beating up Seth Rollins and we hate it, but we still want you to do it
one more time.
Yeah.
Second match of the night, Zachary Wentz defeats Wesley.
Yep.
Probably the most emotional match of the night. 2 best friends.
Absolutely.
Friendship destroyed. And I honestly expected Wesley to pick up the W.
Yeah.
Not the case. The X Division champion. Remember, Zach Wentz is a TNA superstar. He's the TNA X Division champion.
Yeah.
And he had the title with him, which I thought was kind of cool.
Sick.
They let him bring it out, and he got the win. Kalani Jordan, the NXT North American Women's Championship, defeats Wendy Chu.
Yeah.
After the match, Tatum Paxley seems like gets a little bit of revenge on Wendy Chu, and it's a little bit of a battle of supernatural personas.
Yeah, Wendy Chu is really creeping me out.
She's very creepy.
I'm like, all right.
Another person that creeps me out a little bit just because he's very intimidating. Obafemi.
Woo!
He
unstoppable.
I don't see anybody taking this title from him.
For
North
a long
American
time.
Championship. He defeats Tony D'Angelo. Puts up a heck of a fight.
Yeah.
But not enough.
Obafemi is going places, man.
Mm-hmm.
He is definitely on my rise of superstars at the moment.
Yeah. Just unstoppable. Another chick who's unstoppable, Roxanne Perez, defeats Jada Parker, who, again, another person put up a heck of a fight. Her first NXT championship, women's championship shot. Unsuccessful, but made a name for herself. However, Roxanne Perez got the job done.
Yep.
After the match, though, one of the main things people were talking about from this night, Julia makes her debut. Now, if you go back and look, she's made a name for herself, seems like all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And people were pretty stoked to find out she was coming to WWE, and now they see her in action. And we'll get to her in a little bit more. However, the main event of that night, Ethan Page and Joe Hendry. I have watched Joe Hendry's entrance from this night over and over because you can tell from the look on his face how much this night meant to him. Because the whole crowd was on his side.
I love Joe.
The whole arena was singing his song. They were behind him, cheering for him. Mm-hmm. He's one of the most over people in the industry right now.
Even though he lost that match, it was still a huge match for him. Ethan
Page had some dirty, underhanded tactics that he used to pick up the W. Trick Williams got distracted at one point, and unfortunately, he had to count the 3 count for Ethan Page to win.
Yep.
Right before the show ends, Pete Dunne attacks Trick Williams. This rivalry is starting to get out of hand.
Pete Dunne it's really strange. I keep saying this.
He's doing so much. He's doing a lot.
He is asking for a pay raise right now. He
give this man a raise, dude.
Dude,
he is the workhorse.
He's like, okay, let me go to Monday Night Raw. Oh, I have to drive all the way back down here now.
Go to Monday Night Raw, win a triple threat match, and now I'm in contention for potentially an Intercontinental Championship shot. Then let me go to NXT where I whoop that trick.
Is he going to be like the first ever Intercontinental and NXT champion?
History.
Who would have thought it would have been Pete Dunne?
Pete Dunne.
Or Butch.
Butch, don't call him that.
I couldn't help myself.
Don't call him that.
All right, let's go to Raw, man. Let's go to Raw.
You noticed that we'll get to NXT, but on this past NXT, they were chanting, "Whoop that Butch."
Yeah.
Get out of the crowd.
Whoop that Butch. That sounds really bad.
That sounds bad, but we're saying Butch.
Butch.
B-U-T-C-H.
Butch is a weird name.
Yeah, well, I think Pete Dunne would agree with you. Raw, September 2nd. Kicks off the show. Liv Morgan basically damages Rhea Ripley's ankle.
Yeah. Setting up for
Gets
what
caught
she's
up in the
going to go
ropes.
after in the match that they
have.
have.
I mean, definitely see that this rivalry is far from over. We got Bad Blood coming up, and there seems to be a lot of bad blood running throughout Monday Night Raw.
How many weeks do we have until Bad Blood? Is it 2, 3?
Probably about 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
I think we're a little less than a month away, maybe.
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready. I think Bad Blood's going to be a banger show.
Banger.
Speaking of banger, American Made defeats Alpha Academy in a 6-person mixed tag team match. So you had one side, American Made, you had the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile against Alpha Academy, Otis, Akira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree.
Whoa.
Samantha Irvin who? Magic Tyler.
Anyways, Wyatt Six is challenged to a street fight.
But it's like a 6-man tag match, street fight, kind of like what we saw at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And then,
which first of all, American Made y'all need to just stop. You keep
Here's the thing.
embarrassing yourselves.
They're starting. And here's what how many men are on American Made? Three. How many men are on Wyatt 6? 4.
Cuatro.
So they're putting themselves in a corner of being outnumbered.
What if they get a new member?
Ooh.
Who
would you put in there?
I don't know. Maybe like a new guy, like someone no one's ever seen before.
Ever seen?
Obafemi. I'm just kidding.
Dude, bro.
What if they like made up all this Obafemi stuff? Nah, I don't think. I don't know. It's really hard to think. I don't think that this would happen.
No, I think they'll go straight up. I'm assuming this is going to be the main event of this next Raw.
Oh yeah, I would guess
This
so.
is the main event. And I'm excited to maybe see Nikki Cross get in some action with Ivy Nile.
First of all, yeah, Nikki Cross she's a little buff. I'm ready to see what she can do.
She's scary. She's
scary.
Speaking of scary women, Shayna Baszler defeats Zelina Vega.
We always talk about Shayna.
Yes.
What could she could have been? She's scary.
Yeah.
She's scary.
We had the Pure Fusion Collection or Collective.
PFC.
Whatever it is. PFC. Just started beating down Zelina Vega after the match. And in comes Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah.
To try and help even the odds. Doesn't really work out. Both women kind of get...
Someone who could have been the champion.
Mm-hmm.
If she
could have won Queen of the Ring.
Yep.
And now here, this next, I just want to get to this.
Story of the night.
I want to talk about the absolute most. Because this, for me, is what I've taken away most from this show. CM Punk comes out, and he talks about how he says he's done with Drew McIntyre. He's looking on to bigger and better things, and it sounds like he's wanting Gunther for the world title.
But Drew ain't done with him.
No.
Drew ain't done
My goodness. Drew McIntyre comes out and just kicks Punk's head off.
Kicks his bracelet off, too.
Kicks his bracelet off. Does a little bit more. Bracelet's done.
Yeah.
Shattered and shoved into Punk's mouth.
The disrespect.
This rivalry, I'm going to say it, is not the rivalry of the summer. It is the rivalry of the year. Nothing from this past year or from earlier this year, and I don't believe there's anything from the rest of the year that could happen to contend with this. And that means Rock and Cody? No. That means Wyatt 6? No. That means Bloodline, Roman Reigns? No. Drew McIntyre and CM Punk.
Yes.
Rivalry of the year.
That's crazy. That's a good take.
This is not, it's not growing old like other storylines that are happening, like maybe on other shows. Cody Rhodes. It is not getting old. Everything that's happening, I am excited for a third match like never before. This rivalry is not overplayed.
I don't think it's close to being over.
No, I think this rivalry could span years. Like they could come back and do another rivalry with them again and make it work.
But yeah, like let's say like CM Punk's moved on to like a championship match. Mm-hmm. Drew cost him the match.
Yeah.
I could see like so much from this.
I mean, just vicious. Drew McIntyre left Punk bloody. I think he attacked him again backstage when he was trying to get to the ambulance. It seems like bad blood is on the horizon.
Yep. Let's talk about the triple threat.
Another triple threat. Ilya Dragunov.
Oh man, the more I listen to that song, I'm like,
dude, could you imagine if they come back to like Springfield and Ilya Dragunov is there?
Dude, I would be.
That'd be so hyped. That'd be awesome.
His is one of the most underrated entrances.
Dude, he's got a solid theme song. It's actually pretty good.
It matches him.
Yeah.
It just matches him.
He defeats Dragon Lee and Dominic Mysterio. Carlito tried getting involved. Seems like Judgment Day gets involved in every single match that they're involved in. But Damian Priest evens the odds.
Yeah, that's the whole Judgment Day motto. They always help out each other in their matches.
Which I guess is not necessarily a bad thing. You're helping out your friends.
Yeah.
Your family.
And that's the reason Damian Priest got out of the Judgment Day because he wasn't needed. He didn't
need
want
the help.
it. But Dominic definitely needed it. He
needed
still
that.
didn't
He
get
didn't
it.
even win because Damian Priest was there.
Damian Priest is like, nah.
Another number one contenders tag team match. You had Unholy Union defeating Damage Control with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill at ringside.
So I'm definitely glad that it's not over between Unholy Union and Jade Cargill.
Yeah, I will say,
Bianca Belair.
Kairi Sane looked cool with that blood coming down her face.
Yeah.
I saw when she jumped off the top rope and her head kind of hit the announce table. I'm assuming that's when it happened.
Yeah.
And she's kind of played on with it, and they were getting in Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's face a little bit. Let me ask you this question. Is Damage Control at this very time, a heel or babyface group?
It's like they're
in the middle.
It's like a mix. It's like they're trying to be heel, but people still love them.
Yeah, the crowd is still very much behind Damage Control, it seems like. We'll see what happens with that. Unfortunately for Damage Control, Unholy Union picked up the W.
Yeah.
And are the new number one contenders. Speaking of a new number one contender, Sami Zayn challenges Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. We've talked about how we predicted Sami Zayn eventually would come along.
Yeah.
Since it was the one who's already beat Gunther.
It was going to be Sami versus Braun Breaker, and then I'm guessing Triple H was like, I don't think that's the move.
We don't need to do this again. I think it's time to put Sami
It's kind of weird that they're having people that have close matches or beaten Gunther in the past be his next challengers.
And then Gunther beats them.
Yeah. So
he almost gets those wins back.
With Randy Orton, he technically didn't lose the King in the Ring match.
Mm-hmm.
And so Gunther took that question out of there.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn's like, I beat you.
I beat you once. And I can do it again.
I think we both think that Gunther's going to win. So it's cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah. Braun Strowman he's back. He's back because Bronson Reed originally was supposed to be in this last triple threat match. Unfortunately, I believe he got ill and sick. So Braun Strowman was brought in, all taped up, put in the match, and he beats both Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser.
I think this is definitely setting up for a Bronson Reed being I was the one that should have been in there, and that's going to cause a little rivalry.
I should be the number one contender for the Intercontinental
I definitely can see more matches between Braun Strowman and Bronson Reed as a rivalry. Yeah. I can definitely see it.
I'd love to see a Falls Count Anywhere match between the two.
Yeah, maybe a Last Man Standing.
There you go. Main event time: Damian Priest and Jey Uso defeats Finn Balor and J.D. McDonough.
First of all, this is something I would never expect to see. A year from now.
A year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. Which is
another thing we got to see was Rhea Ripley swinging a crutch at Liv Morgan. I guess Rhea Ripley was not as hurt as we thought she was because she was swinging for the fences.
You can never take down mommy.
Can't keep her down. Can't keep mommy down. That's it for Raw. And then we have NXT last night. Ethan Page interrupts Trick Williams, and then Trick Williams gets in a just out of control brawl with Pete Dunne. They're fighting again all night long, and we'll get to that more in a bit. Then we had a triple threat tag team number one contenders match. We had the Rascals, TNA's own the Rascals, defeat Hank and Tank and Gallus. The Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, cost Hank and Tank the match.
I love Hank and Tank's name.
I do. I love Hank and Tank. They're so funny, and they're good, athletic. They're a really fun tag team. And they could go the distance, I think, in WWE. Main roster wise, WrestleMania tag team championships.
Mark his words.
I do believe they could.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Hold me to it. Lexis King defeats Aura Mensa. Tatum Paxley defeats Rosemary from TNA. And the Wendy Chu is there, and her and Rosemary are gonna beat up Tatum Paxley. But in comes Lyra Valkyria to even the odds, and it's a reunion between Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley. Mind blown. The crowd's mind was blown.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
Wait a minute.
Something
ain't right.
Didn't she just get drafted?
She just got drafted to Raw. She was on Raw. She was in the Queen of the Ring finals.
Didn't she just like...
She just got beat up by Pure Fusion Collection or Collective, whatever it is.
Yeah. That's... She's always saving the day.
More double duty. It's almost like a superhero.
It's almost like a superhero. Didn't like Nikki Cross have like a superhero?
Yeah, she is far from that now. Trick Williams versus Pete Dunne ended in a double countout, and the crowd was not happy about that. Nobody likes a double countout victory, typically. However...
Unless it's Braun Strowman
and Bronson Reed. That's different. That's, yeah.
Unless Pete Dunne's going for your car, I don't think...
Ava Raine makes it official that next week for WWE USA week, when all the shows are on USA, it is going to be Pete Dunne, Trick Williams, in a last man standing match.
Perfect type of match.
Maybe the end of this rivalry. Javon Evans defeats Joe Coffey with Cedric Alexander coming in and kind of helping him out a little bit. Yep. Maybe a little bit of a mentor type relationship. Obafemi defeats Stax from the D'Angelo family.
When was the last time that Obafemi's lost? Has he ever lost?
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like a long time. Jada Parker defeated Jasmine Nix of Fatal Influence. However, at the end, after the match, they attacked Jada Parker and beat her down, looking dominant. To close out the show, we had Roxanne Perez just bragging about it, how she's the best, which, I mean, she is in NXT. Out comes Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green!
And the crowd was hyped.
I love Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green's awesome, dude. And then out comes Julia.
She's like, nah.
Who then takes out Chelsea Green and challenges Roxanne Perez for looks like to be the NXT Women's Championship on the first CW NXT show.
Mark my words. I think that Chelsea Green should be involved in this match.
Ooh.
Like a triple threat. Hear me out. I think she should be involved.
You put Chelsea Green in whatever storyline and I'll watch it.
You put her in anything. Put her in the Judgment Day stuff and I'll watch it.
Oh, what, dude, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. But that is the end of the reviews. That was a lot.
That was a lot,
to
man.
Get. That was 2 weeks worth.
We gotta get through this other stuff.
This
quick.
top 10. So what I would do, since we covered a lot, I felt like for our top 10 this week, let's do top 10 just moments or matches of the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Whew. Let me get my list.
So number 10.
All right.
Let us know what your top 10 moments for the last 2 weeks have been.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Rhea beating up Dom.
I had Nia Jax versus Michin from SmackDown, the street fight.
I just said Rhea beating up Dom at specifically Bash in Berlin.
That's just a good top 10 moment for anything.
Yeah.
Any week. I don't care what day you do it. It's always good to see dirty Dominic Mysterio get what he deserves.
Getting beat up by his mom.
Get whipped by him.
Yep.
Number 9. Three, two, one.
Bronson Rampage.
Kairi Sane bloody face.
I got you.
I just thought she looked awesome. Kind of like, remember when Becky Lynch broke like her nose and all that a few years ago, and she became the man, Becky Lynch. I feel like it just gave me kind of that feeling a little bit.
Bronson Reed Rampage. I just simplified it into that.
Yeah,
he's going off.
He's going off, and it's a lot.
Yeah. Number 8.
Number 8.
I forgot what mine was. Yep.
Going through these a little quick because we're running low on time.
3, 2, 1. Uncle Howdy's first match.
Zach Wentz versus Wesley at NXT No Mercy.
I got you. For
me, this was just the story was there. The emotion was there.
Yep.
Between two friends, brothers almost. Just brotherhood fallen. crumbled apart. And then what did you have? Uncle Howdy's first match.
Uncle Howdy's first match.
Yeah, I mean, we touched on it earlier. I mean, it was just
it was just the
you felt
nostalgia.
you felt the presence of Bray Wyatt.
Yep. I'm ready to see what we're gonna do with him later. You know.
Yeah. Number 7.
3, 2, 1. Ridge Holland Massacre.
Gunther versus Randy. I like the way you word things. Massacre.
Dude, he full on.
He did. He massacred all of Chase U.
Yeah, man. It was crazy.
And then Gunther and Randy Orton just brought the house down at Bash and Berlin.
Yep.
Absolutely brought the house down.
Three, 2, 1. Drew McIntyre destroying the bracelets.
Julia debut.
Okay.
It was just something a lot of people were looking forward to, and I believe she made a solid impact.
I said Drew McIntyre destroying the bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Solidified that this rivalry is going to keep going, and I'm all for it. I love it.
All for it.
I love it. So, yeah. Number 5.
Number 5.
What did I have? 3, 2, 1. Joe Hendry concert.
I had Uncle Howdy debut.
There we go. Yep.
Ethan sucks. Believe in Joe. Ethan, put on some clothes.
Joe Hendry.
He had the crowd singing it.
Joe Hendry.
They were singing it this past NXT, and Joe Hendry wasn't even there.
Imagine memorizing a song after a week.
Oh, my marker, dude.
He kind of reminds me of like Elias. You know?
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta pull an audible. I gotta get a new marker. I'm running out of it. It's not doing well. Yeah. There we go. Three, 2,
1. Axiom and Nathan Fraser wins the tag
I
titles.
had Rich Holland, Rampage, because I'll be honest, I'm not confident enough that I know how to spell massacre.
Okay. I said Axiom, Nathan Fraser. It was a cool moment for me. I don't know what it was.
It was just, dude, the match was insane.
Yeah.
Dude,
those guys deserved it.
We didn't hit on. Both of them, Axiom and Nathan Fraser, I think deserve to go far.
Yeah.
Because they are insane talents. They are so good at what they do.
I just love watching NXT because there's so much that can come out of the people in NXT, you know?
Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 1. Number 3.
Strap match.
Bronson Reed. I put Bronson Reed car. Putting Braun Strowman through a car.
Strap match. It was, first of all, just a great match.
It was violent. It had the story, the violence, the emotion, everything it needed.
Yeah. Notice how all mine are Raw stuff.
Ooh.
Just want to point Raw and NXT stuff.
SmackDown needs to step it up.
What can I say?
What can I say?
What can I say?
Bronson Reed obviously putting Braun Strowman through that car. The car basically almost exploding. Just insane.
I don't think I spelt this right. 3, 2, 1. Intercontinental Championship
Joe
tournament.
Hendry concert is my number 2.
I just love that this tournament's happening, and I am ready to watch the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, that Fatal 4-Way is going to be nuts.
Looking forward to it. Who would you got in the Fatal 4-Way?
I got Jey Uso winning.
We got Jey Uso. We got Pete Dunne,
Braun Strowman, and Ilya Dragunov.
Dragunov could win this.
He could win it.
I can see Dragunov or Jey Uso. I don't see Braun because Braun Strowman has the stuff going on with Bronson Reed, and who was the other? Pete Dunne has the stuff going on with Sheamus, and he has NXT stuff as well.
Trick Williams.
So number 1.
I think you know what mine is.
I think so as well. I did not put that one, though. I did this.
2-1.
Randy versus Gunther.
That was a banger match. Again, brought the house down.
Loved it. That was probably the one match out of Bash in Berlin. Actually, no, not the one match. But one of the few matches lately in all these pay-per-views I'm just like...
Invested
into it.
Yeah.
There's a few moments where I thought Randy Orton was going to win.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
Well, on my side of things, I'm very glad CM Punk got exactly what he deserved.
Go ahead.
Again, I mean, this rivalry, dude, it blurs, like, it makes me, it's hard to explain. I mean, it blurs the line between reality and fiction, because you don't know if what these guys are saying to each other they really mean.
What if they hug it out in the backstage?
What if they're really just good friends? I mean, I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
But
I think they want.
I think there is a smidge of truth behind what these guys say to each other.
Yeah. This is probably the most real rivalry.
It's like everything Drew does, you can make an argument that Punk deserves it.
Yeah. First of all, Drew McIntyre has no place in stealing another man's possessions and vandalizing their possessions. I say that he needs to, first of all, get beat up for what he has done. Get fined.
Whoa.
And CM Punk needs to end this once and for all.
Drew McIntyre all the way. The Scottish Warrior needs to just kick CM Punk's head right off his shoulders.
You know, none of this would have happened if Drew just stayed out of his face at Mania. Just think about that.
Punk was a commentator, not a wrestler. He had no business getting involved. You don't see Michael Cole going in and costing people...
That's because he can't.
At least not anymore. He did back in the day, but that was
I bet there's been many times where he wanted to punch Dominic in the face.
But did he?
He couldn't.
And Punk shouldn't have either.
He didn't have the strength to. But Punk knew that he could do it. He did it with one arm.
McIntyre had just wrestled a grueling match with Seth freaking Rollins.
Yep.
To kick off WrestleMania. One of the greatest WrestleManias of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deserve it. McIntyre should still be world champion.
He should have taken that. He should have taken the belt out of his face. Would you beat me up if I put my belt in your face like this? Huh? Whenever he should have been the one that should have been to Mania. Okay, hold on. He should have been the one. Okay.
There it goes. Now look what you've done.
He should have been the one that been to Mania.
It's all in the past now.
It's all in the past.
All we can do is look to the future.
You know, we really remind me of like Michael Cole and like Corey Graves, like arguing during like a match or something.
Because Corey Graves is always trying to justify what all the bad guys are doing. Michael Cole's like, "Oh, give me a break, Dominic. You suck, Dominic. You suck."
Now it was pretty funny when even the heel Pearson would get mad at Dominic sometimes. Whenever they like gave Liv the title for the first time.
No, yeah, Corey Graves is like, "That was stupid.
That was so stupid." You know it's bad if Corey hates it.
Corey hates it.
But yeah, first of all, we're at the 1 hour mark and we still need to get to our match.
We got to do our match review. So our three matches that I chose last episode was Adam Cole week, pretty much. We did
both of them amazing matches.
Yeah, all three.
The ladder match would include him as well.
So let's kick off with the ladder match. We had the inaugural ladder for the NXT North American Championship. You had who all was in that match? It was Adam Cole. It was Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, Lars Sullivan.
How many people was it? Was it
6?
6? Was Damian Priest in there?
No, because all of the people that were in that match are no longer with WWE.
Really?
Ricochet was the last one until he left.
Ooh. So who was Keith Lee in there?
No, Keith Lee wasn't in it. And then there was EC3.
There we go. Yep.
And then Killian Dane. Was that his name?
Killian Dane.
Was the 6th.
I forgot about Killian Dane, man.
All those people no longer in WWE.
It's crazy.
But Adam Cole, it was a crazy match. It was an awesome ladder match. And Adam Cole became the first NXT North American champion.
Yep.
Second match was that Johnny Gargano match where he won the NXT championship.
This is my favorite match of all the three.
Right, I'll let you hit on that one a little bit.
Okay. First of all, 5-star match in my opinion. Match of the night.
This wasn't the first time. This was like they had faced each
the
other
2 and the 3 falls match.
the previous takeover.
Yeah.
Which Gargano won.
First of all, they're both targeting limbs.
Yeah.
The leg of Gargano and the arm of
Adam Cole.
Baby. And these two know each other super well. They're both dodging moves the entire time. You're like, oh, he's going to do this. Oh, never mind. He died. Oh, wait. It's crazy. My favorite part of the match was when we had the Panama sunrise.
City sunrise.
From the apron. You remember that he jumped off the apron and did it to him. That was crazy. Match was back and forth, man.
Yeah.
It was crazy. There's so much times where I was like, okay, finally the match is over.
No, we still got a little while left to go.
Yeah, the crowd was so into it. First of all, both these guys were fan favorites as well.
Again, this is one of those matches where you look at Johnny Gargano and you're like, why is he not in the world title picture?
I just wish that matches like this were matches that we've seen in main title cards.
Big PLEs like a SummerSlam or Survivor Series or Payback or whatever.
This match was more entertaining to me than the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre match at Mania. Because that match was only finishers.
I agree. This
match had so much.
Whole combination of things.
Yeah. First of all, Gargano could have won if the ref wasn't knocked out at ringside, and Adam Cole was telling the Undisputed Era to come out and help, and it distracted Gargano. They never came. So
Undisputed Era, one of my favorite groups in the last 10 years.
Adam Cole won from targeting the knee of Gargano. Gargano almost had him in the submission, and he hits the knee multiple times, and that's what gives him the upper hand. It took 2 Panama Sunrises and a kick to the back of his head to win the match.
This started the longest reigning NXT championship reign.
Yep. It was crazy. Adam Cole.
Baby.
Triple H needs to find a way to get him back.
Dude, I wish we could get all of Undisputed Era back. I loved that group, and that had so much potential. All those guys.
I feel like that group could have done way more than what groups are doing right now, such as the Judgment Day. Ooh. In my opinion, the amount of rivalries and stuff we could have potentially seen go on from that group.
The Undisputed story, that and the story in the DIY story of NXT, the whole Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, to me is the 2 best overall stories
for tag teams
in NXT history.
Yeah.
Just from the beginning to the debut of the Undisputed Era to the end when they left.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about Adam Cole and Pat
McAfee. This is Pat McAfee's first match.
We did this in honor of Pat since
he's heading off to college game day.
And first of all, I just want to point this out. Nick Saban hated being by Pat McAfee. You can clearly tell.
They're 2 very different people.
Of course, they sat them both next to each other during. He was dancing, and if you look at Nick Saban's face, he's
just sitting there.
He's like, I hate my job.
Gosh, why did I
quit coaching?
Why did I quit coaching? However, in this match, Pat McAfee put up a fight, and he showed a lot of people that he's got some skill.
At this time, he was also seen as the heel.
He was the bad guy. And this was pandemic era, so not really, there weren't many people there.
Yep. The thing that stuck out to me the most, the highlight of the night. The highlight of the night was whenever he did the Swanton Bomb onto everybody.
Because you had some of the Pat McAfee show people came out.
Yep.
AJ Hawk was there.
They came out with him and towards the beginning of the
Yeah,
match.
and then Darius Butler, I think, was there too.
Yep.
And then they got in like Undisputed Era's face, and it was so cool. I wish we could have seen like a tag team match between all of them.
Oh.
That would have been cool.
And then Pat McAfee went for a punt kick, missed, hit the steps.
That was like his finisher. Was like obviously he's a punter. So
Yeah,
it was just a big punt.
It was pretty clever idea, and he still hit the punt kick anyways, and Adam Cole kicked out, and Adam Cole hit the Panama Sunrise and won the match.
Adam Cole, baby.
So
that's our 3 match reviews. Let us know what you guys thought about the 3 matches.
What you think of Adam Cole, and do you think that he should stay where he is at or come back to WWE?
Let us know.
Caysen,
what's our 3 matches for the next
The
episode?
next 3 matches. I am prepared. So we always talk about all this matches, and we always talk about how much of a letdown the COVID era was.
Oh, are we taking it back to the COVID era?
All 3 matches are from the COVID era. Match number 1.
So is this Thunderdome? Like
Thunderdome? I think one of them is at
empty arena.
Might be. I'm not too sure.
That's all right.
Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, Hell in a Cell, 2020. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, Intercontinental Championship match at SmackDown, June 20.
Ooh. Is this the first time we've done like a SmackDown one for our 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy.
Ooh.
Intercontinental Championship ladder match at Clash of Champions.
Okay. There's your homework for the next week.
There's your homework. We ready.
We ready, baby.
We had the Undisputed Era, now we're at the Pandemic Era. But yeah, we surprised we got this.
We were able to get out before like an hour and a half.
Yeah. I thought this was going to be a lot longer episode.
Dude, this was...
I think we just talked so fast and got so much.
We had to get through all that. We had to get through it quick. Thank you guys for watching. Obviously, like, and you know the rest. Subscribe. Hit the share button.
I don't want to be those YouTubers that sound so repetitive. You know? Like, if you're on Spotify, all you can do is just...
Y'all know what to do. Share it. Seriously, the best thing you can do is share.
Yeah.
That is the absolute...
like a monthly listener.
I'm telling you. Share it to your neighbor. Share it to the old woman that lives alone down the street. Share it to the principal, your teachers, your bullies, the hot chicks in your school.
Like I have said before. Wait, what did you say?
The hot chicks, they probably got who they think is hot.
Anyways, like I've said before, if this is your first time...
This is for a show for everybody.
If this is your first time watching like a full podcast episode or like seeing us, this is what I say. Think of WWE. Think of any WWE, like anything. The first person that comes to your mind when you think WWE, the first person that you talk to about WWE,
send it to
first
them.
person you think of that loves WWE, send them this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them, hey,
check this
podcast out.
Check
Look
this
at
out.
these very handsome young fellas. I feel like Tyler Breeze right now in Fandango.
Look, everyone, it's Tyler.
Anyways, we are so glad that y'all decided to watch this. Check out our YouTube shorts. Mm-hmm. Check out our social media. Check out Spotify, Apple Music. Subscribe. Comment what you think. Didn't we say that we'll like talk about constructive criticism and stuff from last episode?
Yeah. Any punishments you'd like to add to the wheel?
Yeah, punishments.
Ideas you'd have?
Matches you want us to review.
You want us to review. Yeah, we will absolutely talk about matches you'd like to see us
Anything you want us to do that's family friendly, of course, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I'm not kissing them. No.
This is like a time you like zoom into my face whenever I looked at you.
Wow, 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 wow.
Anyways, we're so glad you are here. Magic Tyler, Caysen Smith, and we will see you next time.